Sure. Hello, everyone. I do want to commend the mayor for his leadership in this act of solidarity with the LGBTQ community. And I'll say it because the mayor probably won't, but also want to give a big FU to Governor Ron DeSantis for his lack of leadership and standing in solidarity with the LGBTQ community. I do want to note that the right and Republicans are taking advantage of this moment to heighten fear of trans and LGBTQ young people to distract us from their coup or staged coup on January 6th.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about some more cringe reactions to Ron DeSantis signing into law the Parental Rights and Education Act that has been wrongly dubbed the Don't Say Gay bill by woke leftists who don't know how to read, apparently. But they're fake outraged by this bill, and it seems like the outrage never stops as it keeps getting cringier and cringier and cringier in regards to the reactions to this piece of legislation that does not ban the use of the term gay. But if you listen to the woke mainstream liberal media, you would think that that's exactly what the bill does. And it blows my mind that these are the same people who run around here and talk about misinformation, disinformation, while like literally pushing disinformation/misinformation about what is in this bill out of Florida. But hey, you know, Democrats, they don't ever hold themselves to the same standard that they want to hold people that don't agree with them to, right? So it's no surprise. But anyways, I want to get into this super cringy video that I came across yesterday in which this guy is going to come out as gay to Ron DeSantis, okay? And I'm telling you guys, this video is really something, right? And also I want to react to some reactions coming out of New York City to what's going on in Florida, specifically from New York City Mayor Eric Adams, who is desperate to try to get people back to his state after his state shut down during the pandemic. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into it, but I just want to let you guys know, if you like my channel, you want to support my channel, you can do so using the links in the description below. You can support the Patreon, you can support the PayPal, you can support the merch. There are multiple ways to support the channel if you would like to do so. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this, again, super cringy video of this guy named Randy Rainbow, who I believe is like, I don't know, a comedian, an actor or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what his deal is, but he's flamboyantly gay, and he made a parody video of him coming out to Ron DeSantis. Now I must warn you guys, if you click off of this video, if you close out of my video before finishing the end of this, I don't blame you, but I'm not gonna play the whole video. I'm just gonna play enough for you guys to understand the level of cringiness here and go from there. I'm not gonna put you through 3 minutes of torture that this is. So without further ado, go ahead and roll the clip.
We are back, and I'm joined now by Ron DeSantis, governor of the great state of... Wait, which is the one that's shaped like a big dick?
Florida.
Oh, right, Florida. Sir, you recently signed into law the controversial Parental Rights in Education bill, which some have called the Don't Say Gay bill, and others have called the Girl F*** That bill.
I think it's probably the most comprehensive piece of legislation I've seen.
Critics say that this bigoted legislation will rob kids of a safe space to have a healthy discussion about their identities. I mean, how would you feel if we signed a bill prohibiting everyone from talking about slimy, self-interested douchebag politicians with no sex appeal who buy all their suits off the clearance rack at Burlington Coat Factory?
We at the state can stop that. I look and see how this media operates, this corporate media. What about all the people they've smeared over the years who are not governors?
Someone's being an asshole. That's no way to be. Honey D, here's the tea. Gosh, I'd hate to upset your Republican peers. So let me say this soft so no one hears. I've been
Here's an interesting fact.
gay. Oops, I said it. I'm gay. You can bet it's a badge that I wear with a fabulous flair. 'Cause I'm gay, 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 gay. Sorry, honey, I'm queer as a drag queen's brassiere. And although you might think that I'm flawed, hey, I'm gay as a Broadway premiere. All your thinly veiled hate is a dangerous trend.
Yeah, so that's enough of that shit. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, I mean, I wasn't gonna really put you guys through more than about a minute and a half of that. Okay, but I had to see it, so you had to see it, right? And I just, you know what? I think at this point, guys, it's really a publicity stunt. At this point, it's just woke virtue signaling. That's what it is. They all know that the bill doesn't actually ban the use of the word gay. They all know that. They're just doing it just to, I don't know, have something to be mad about. That's literally what it is at this point. Right? That's literally what it is. It just seems like an excuse for them to want to say the word gay over and over and over again. Okay? That's what it seems like to me. Right? And this is their opportunity to get some attention, to play the victim card, even though there are no LGBTQ victims here. Okay? There's no victims here. And I find it funny how this person is like, you know, what if we ban the use of talking about, you know, politicians or whatever in school, right? Ban the use of talking about people like Ron DeSantis in school. And I'm like, well, it's more appropriate to talk about politicians in school, right, than it is to talk about sexuality. Okay, so, you know, I don't really understand what point they're trying to make there. I really don't understand it. I don't understand the comparison. So, yeah, that was probably one of the most cringe things I've ever seen in my life. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into what's going on in New York City. As Mayor Eric Adams apparently has drunk the woke Kool-Aid as well. And he is in support of kids learning about, you know, sexual orientation and gender identity in kindergarten. So much so that he has come out here and actually launched an ad campaign that is going to be in Florida, right? 5 Florida cities, to oppose the parental rights and education bill and to attract LGBTQ plus Floridians to New York City.
This political showmanship of attempting to demonize a particular group or community is unacceptable. And we are going to loudly show our support and say to those who are living in Florida, listen, we want you here in New York. You know, we want you right here in New York City. And it's more than just saying that. It's also standing up and aligning ourselves with the men and women of the LGBTQ plus community and stating that we are in unison with you and your right to have self-identification, your right to be live the lifestyle and live the lives that you choose to live without any form of harassment. And New York values free speech. We value to make sure that people don't feel abused, no matter what ethnicity or no matter how you self-identify. And this is very important to us, and we're proud to be a part of this. And we're partnering with WPPP to put up billboards in major markets across Florida to let everyone know. We're targeting Fort Lauderdale, Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa, and West Palm Beach. We believe we're going to get about 5 million impressions, and they're going to be up for an 8-week period celebrating the diversity and acceptance of New York City. We will show this in the billboards, you have here right now. Very clear statement, and we're proud of it. Other folks want people to hide their color. We like to show our color, and that's the rainbow that's representative of this community.
All right, guys, so as you can see here, this is an example of some of the billboard ads that they're going to put up in these Florida cities. And, you know, for the life of me, I really don't understand how in the world, as the mayor of New York City, can you justify using taxpayer money? He says they're not using taxpayer money. He said it doesn't cost taxpayer a dime, but this is being done through, you know, private companies. I'm like, you know, people don't work for free, bro. So I think he's lying about that. But how in the world do you waste your time trying to protest legislation in another state? And then you try to finesse it by saying, well, we're doing that to attract LGBTQ Americans to New York City, right? And it's funny because to me, in my opinion, this is just a desperate, pathetic attempt to try to get people who primarily left New York to move to Florida to come back, because New York City is literally a hellhole. It is a crime-ridden, dirty, poorly run hellhole, okay? And a lot of people left New York City, not just because of the crime and the stuff going on there, but also because of the mandates that Eric Adams initially supported when he got into office. And now all of a sudden, because he's lost his tax base, he wants to boo-hoo. We gotta come out here and protest against the Don't Say Gay bill and try to get y'all to come back here to New York City. Please come back. Please come back. Nah, bro. If you want people to come to New York City, to come back to your city, then you need to address the problems that made them leave in the first place, right? Like, for example, how about you figure out why in the world are you allowed to be out at night clubbing and partying maskless while you're still pushing masking on toddlers?
How much is it gonna cost? Double what Steve Cohen gave you. How about that? We'll go. Oh yeah, we love you too, man. We love you too. We'll see you in Cringe.
Why do you get to take your mask off when the kids don't? Why do you get to take your mask off? Who the fuck do you think you are?
We want to go back to work. We want to go back to work. Unmask our kids. Unmask our kids. Unmask our kids. Unmask our kids.
Yeah, so as you can see there are people that are pissed off at Eric Adams because he still has a mask mandate in place for toddlers, even after promising that he would rescind the mask mandate just a couple days ago, which was supposed to happen, I think, yesterday, right? But he didn't do it, okay? Now, he says that he didn't rescind it because there's an uptick in cases and there's a new variant going around New York City. But again, the irony here is that he's begging people to come from a state that doesn't have these mandates in place to come to a state that does have some of these mandates still in place. Now, a lot of those people left New York because of the mandates to go to a place like Florida that doesn't have the mandates, right? So again, if you want people to come back to New York City, maybe you need to clean up your city, right? Clean up your city, get rid of all the mandates, open up your city, and maybe people will come back. I don't think that this silly little campaign, these billboards that you're wasting taxpayer dollars on, even though he claims he's not, is going to do anything. I don't think that's going to attract people back to New York City. I think what he's doing, he's out here trying to, again, like all these Democrats, show their ignorance on this issue, their support for kindergartners learning about sex, okay, and virtue signaling, okay? That's what he's doing. It's all about him and his image, right? It ain't really got anything to do with the people, because if he actually gave a damn about the people, he needs to worry about his people first. Why are you trying to attract people from another state to come to your city when your city is messed up and got its own problems? When a majority of the people that left your city went to the state you're trying to get them to come from because of the problems in your city that you haven't solved. Again, I find this stuff to be absolutely hilarious. This guy, Eric Adams, has literally been the biggest disappointment, right? But hey, at the end of the day, I mean, you shouldn't have any high expectations for Democrats in the first place. But man, I really thought that this guy would be better than this, right? I think a lot of people thought he would be better than this. This dude is no different than any old other rusty Democrat, right? He's just the same old, same old. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.